Hello 4C1, Teacher Jesse here again with another video. The topic for today's video is going to be the present perfect for past and present actions. This means that it's going to be for actions that started in the past and continue into the present. Okay? For present perfect, we're going to talk about how to use it, talk about the rules for constructing present perfect, and we'll do some practice exercises to test our knowledge. Are you ready? Okay, let's get started. So, present perfect for with, for, and since. Okay? So we can use the present perfect with the words for and since to talk about actions again that have started in the past and continue into the present time. Okay, let's take a look again at the examples we saw at the beginning of the lesson. Our example sentences are, we have been at the doctor for 3 hours now, and also, we haven't had any school since January. So we've talked about our present perfect verbs. Here in this sentence, have been is the present perfect, and haven't had is also the present perfect. Now I want to talk about using for and since in these sentences. So we can use present perfect for both affirmative and negative statements. Let's take a look at affirmative statements first. To make a verb in the form of present perfect, what we need to use is either have or has plus a past participle. Okay? So present perfect equals has plus or have plus the past participle, and this is for affirmative statements. Okay? We can also use present perfect for negative statements. Okay? And to make a verb in the negative form of present perfect, again we have or has, depending on our pronoun, but we also need the word not before our past participle. So present perfect in the negative form equals have and has plus not plus the past participle. Let's talk a little bit now about the past participle. So I want you to recall that past participle verbs follow the same rule as past simple. So we have regular verbs and we have irregular verbs. Again, for regular, all we do is add ed, and for irregular, there is no rule. We must memorize the past participle, or if we have a list or a book that we can use, we can look up the infinitive and also the past participle for that verb. Remember, though, that the past participle for irregular verbs is often different than the past simple for irregular verbs. So I have a little exercise here where on the left side we have the infinitive verbs eat, see, talk, chase, go, be, and ring. And on the left, or on the right-hand side, I'm going to give you the past participle, seen, talked, eaten, been, went, chased, and rang. This is very easy. All we need to do is match the infinitive on the left with the past participle on the right. And this is just to refamiliarize you with both the regular past participle and also the irregular past participle. So, I think this is pretty easy. You probably already figured out the answers. Let's go over them together. So the past participle for eat is eaten. Remember, past simple is ate, past participle is eaten. See is seen. Remember, past simple is saw, past participle is seen. Talk is regular, so talk becomes talk. Chase is regular, chase becomes chased. Go becomes went. Be becomes been, not was, like it was for past simple. And finally, ring becomes rang. Alright? So be careful. Remember to be using the past participle and don't get confused and use the past simple. Alright, so using for. So we want to use for when we want to express how long it has been. For example, for 3 hours, for a week, forever. All of these express how long something has been. It has been 1 week. It has been 3 hours. It has been all of time. Okay? When we use the word since, we use since to indicate the time that something began. Okay? So something could have begun on Tuesday. So we say since Tuesday. If something began last week, we say since last week. And if something began at the beginning of time, we say since the beginning of time. Okay, so let's take a look at our examples. Number 1, the rest of her life. We say for the rest of her life because we're not talking about when something started. We're talking about the duration of something. Okay? For 1 day. Again, we're talking about the length or duration of time. That duration of time is for 1 day. Since school started. School starting is an event, okay? And that is the event at which something began. So we say since school started. We do not say for school started. Since December, this also indicates when something began. Same with their dog died. Since their dog died. This is an event that indicates the start of something. For 2 years, this also talks. Push pause if you need to, and when you're ready to see the answer, go ahead and hit that play button. All right, welcome back. So our sentence, I blank my friend on Saturday. You might have noticed we need to use the negative form of the verb to see in order to complete this sentence. So what do we need to say? I have not seen my friend since Saturday. I have not saw my friend since Saturday. Or I have not seen my friend for Saturday. Well, the correct answer should be A. Okay? We have our have not. We also need our past participle. Remember, seen is the past participle of see, not saw. Saw is past simple. And since something began on Saturday, we need to say since, not for. So number 1 should be letter A. Number 2, dinosaurs blank dead blank millions of years. Here we want to use the affirmative of the verb to be. So go ahead, take some time and figure out the correct answer. Is it A, B, or C? Push pause if you need to. When you're ready, hit play. All right, welcome back. So, dinosaurs blank dead blank millions of years. We need to figure out what is our past participle for our verb to be. Well, remember the past participle of be is been. Okay? And millions of years, does that indicate when something started, or does that indicate a length or duration of time? Okay? Well, the answer is that indicates a length or duration of time. Millions of years, if we said millions of years ago, then that would be the start or beginning of something. But we are only talking about duration of time. So we want to use the word for. So here we have our past participle for be, been, and we have for. So dinosaurs have been dead for millions of years. Next sentence. She blank working blank 7 o'clock this morning. Here we need to use the verb be again, and we also need to figure out if we need to use for or since. The sentence is an affirmative sentence, so take some time right now to figure out the correct answer, and when you're ready, hit play if you need to. All right, welcome back. So, she blank working blank 7 o'clock this morning. This sentence should read, she has been working since 7 o'clock this morning. 7 o'clock this morning indicates the start of something, so we want to use the word since. Okay. Number 4, he blanked the piano, blank, he was 6 years old. Okay. Again, we need to use the word play and decide do we want for or since to complete this sentence. Take some time, take as much time as you need to, push pause, and then push play again when you're ready to see the answer. Okay, Okay, welcome back. So let's see the correct answer for this sentence. He blanked the piano, blank, he was 6 years old. So this sentence should read, he has played the piano since he was 6 years old. Remember that play is a regular verb, so we just add ed to the end of play to get played. And he was 6 years old. This is an event. This is a particular period in time that we can use to indicate the start of something. That's when he started to learn to play the piano. So we must use the word since. All right, 4C1, that's all the time we have for today. Great job. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.